Okay, this is construction of an iPod mini. This is the work that we do in class, okay, using isometric projection. So we need to first of all pick the lowest point of the iPod mini, somewhere on the grid where it crosses over. With your ruler, if you position it on the 30-degree line, and we want one 30-degree line going to the left, and we want one going to the right, just double check them on the grid, and we need a vertical. So in this instance, the iPod mini is going to be flat down on the table. So the width of the iPod mini is going to be 40 millimeters or 4 centimeters on this side, and we'll draw a vertical line up. The length of the iPod mini is going to be 8 centimeters or 80 millimeters, and we're going to draw a vertical line up. We'd like the thickness of the iPod mini to be 1 centimeter or 2 of the squares or 10 millimeters on there. So we're going to mark those, and we're going to draw a 30-degree line going to the left, making sure it's parallel with this one. And we're going to draw a 30-degree line going to the right, making sure it's parallel with this one. Then we're going to draw a 30-degree line going to the left, making sure this line is parallel with that one. And we're going to draw a 30-degree line going to the right, making sure it's parallel with that one. What we're then going to do is going to draw a rectangle in the middle here. So we're just going to come in one square from the edge and one square from the edge on this side and put a point. We're going to come one square down and one square in from the edge. We're going to come one square in and one square from the edge. And again, one square from this line in and one square from that one. If we link them up, making sure that each of the lines is parallel. So this is parallel with that one. This one's at 30 degrees on the grid, it's parallel with that one. This one's going at 30 degrees and it's parallel with that one. And this one's at 30 degrees going parallel with that one. What we then want to do is draw in the detail of the screen and the click wheel. So if we then measure this one here, which is 3 centimeters, because we want a square, we're going to make this one 3 centimeters here and draw a 30-degree line across here. We want a gap between the click wheel and the screen, so we're going to leave a 1 square gap or 5 millimeter gap. So there's the screen. So I'm going to put a slight recess on the screen with a vertical, and then a 30-degree line going down to the left, and a 30-degree line going down to the right over here. Then what we need to do is we're going to draw a concentric square, one in the middle here. So I'm just going to come in one square and draw a 30-degree line. I'm going to come in one square, draw a 30-degree line. I'm going to draw in one square from the top here, 30-degree line, and I'm going to come in one square from here with a 30-degree line on here. What we then want to do is draw an isometric circle in here. So if I mark off 12, 3, 6 and 9, I'm going to draw my smile between the 2 points, making sure that I go wide. I'm going to draw my unhappy face between these 2 points. Then I've got my letter C, and I've got my backwards letter C on the side. Try not to, when you've got your square, try not to just draw a circle in the middle like that. What we then need to do is we want an isometric circle on the outside square. So we've got 12, 3, 6 and 9. So you've got your smile here. I've got my unhappy face here, and I've got my letter C here, and I've got my backwards letter C on this side. So I've kind of got this oval in that square. What I then need to do is round the corners. So what we need to do here for this bottom section is we want it to be, if mentioned this is the end view, we want to mark the halfway point on each of these. That's the halfway point on the thickness. So I'm going to mark the halfway point here, halfway point here. Then I want to come in one square from the bottom. So that's one square in on the bottom. And then one square in from the bottom here. So that's one square in on there, or 5 millimeters. The same on the top. So we're going to come in one square here, one square here. The same on the top, one square in here and one square in here. What I then need to do is I'm going to draw a semicircle between the 3 points. The same here, between each of those 3 points, we've got this semicircle. So now in the isometric, we want an arc that links up these two, another arc that links this one up. The same here, we've got an arc here, and I've got an arc here on the side. Now, it's slightly tricky up here with this corner here. What we need to do here at this point, if I call that A, we're going to come in one square at 30 degrees. So only 5 millimeters in at that square. I'm going to come into the drawing. That's going to be one of the marks. Then I'm going to mark the halfway point. Then I'm going to come in one square at the top, 5 millimeters. So again, between those 3 points, we want an arc, or 2 arcs, I should say. And then we're going to match those up. So with my ruler, if I bring my ruler in, keeping it at 30 degrees here, as soon as it touches the outside of this, well, the circumference of these 2 arcs here, I'm going to draw a 30-degree line here, So eventually this line here will get rubbed out. And now we can cheat on this one. We've just got one more corner here, we'll call this B. What we're going to do is we should really draw this in just like we've done with this one, but there's quite a bit going on here. So with our ruler, we're going to bring it down 30 degrees. So if it's parallel with the edge of the screen, I'm just going to come back about 1 millimeter back, keeping it at 30 degrees. If I draw a 30 degree line, just skirting the outside of that screen, just before it gets to the edge here, I'm just going to round it on that corner. Now some students also put in the little 30 degree line and a 30 degree line and a vertical for the USB socket on the bottom. Okay, so there's the construction of the iPod mini. The next video shows where we render it.